morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at what's going on over at Target. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, those purchase limits for Pokémon TCG products, that, well, I would say they're back, but saying they're back will be a little bit disingenuous because in a lot of places, they never left. So I suppose what we're going to say is they're getting a bit harsher and it is getting harder to purchase Pokémon TCG products. Now this is all really instigated by a tweet that I saw from BrookeAlexis018 over on Twitter this past week. My target is suddenly whack. I was here 2 weeks ago and the limit was 5, which I thought was reasonable. Did all targets lower their limits? And then of course the accompanying picture, due to high demand and to support all guests, we will be limiting the quantity of Pokemon trading cards to 2 items per guest per day. Okay. Now, it really depends what they mean by this. And unfortunately, what they mean by this is all Pokemon TCG items. Because, of course, all Pokemon TCG items are not made the same. So you notice there they've got things like Scarlet and Violet Elite Trainer Boxes. Well, they're like $50 products with 9 packs and promo and all of that in. So, realistically, if you're buying, a couple of products along those lines, how many people are trying to rock up day after day, picking up more than $100 worth of Pokemon TCG stuff? Like, call me crazy, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think that's really happening. So if we're talking about things like Elite Trainer Boxes, that's fine. Similarly, the Pikachu V Max Collection from Crown Zenith, expensive product, lots of packs, Pikachu promo, all that good stuff. These are boxes where you look at them and you're like, well, yeah, who realistically is actually going to be trying to buy more than 2 of those kind of products per day? And the answer is maybe a few people here and there, but very few. It's going to be fine. What about individual booster packs? That, ladies and gentlemen, is where we run into a little bit of a problem. Because booster packs are like $4.50. And realistically, yeah, people very regularly want to go and buy more than 2 booster packs. Again, the Elite Trainer Box has 9 booster packs in. They upped it from 8 to 9 when they raised the price, when Scarlet and Violet came around. The Pikachu VMAX Special Collection has 5 booster packs plus all the promos. So, it does run into problems a little bit here. When we look at it and we're like, well, hang on a second. I can buy 2 individual packs, but I can also buy 2 products that have like 9 packs in each. And that is where a few people end up becoming, I think, rightly, a little bit miffed about this. And yeah, that is absolutely fair. So, why are they putting these limits in? And the answer really simply is because the cards are too popular again. It happened again, ladies and gentlemen. It happened again. The Pokemon TCG is a fantastically popular game. There is no TCG in the world which can come close. And I mean that sincerely, incidentally, taking from someone who taught business and then quit teaching business to talk about card games and cover card games for a living. I'm not saying it's the most popular game. I am saying it's the most popular game by a huge margin, and no other game comes even remotely close. It is ridiculous how popular this game is. Okay. So what that means is that stores like Target are basically going, right, well, too many people are coming in and trying to buy everything, and there's not enough people who are actually being able to get the product they want to get, so let's go and lower the limits down to 2. And you understand why they've done it, and it kind of makes sense. And as with a lot of these things, it's going to come down to what kind of customer you are. If you're somebody that wants to go in and buy the occasional box here or there, the Elite Trainer Boxes, things along those lines, you're going to go in and you're going to find that all of a sudden these things are in stock a bit more easily, a bit more often, and it's going to be brilliant, and it's going to be wonderful. If, however, you are the kind of person that wants to go in and buy like half a dozen booster packs on the way home from work, this is going to be immensely frustrating. So the question that was posed in the tweet was, did all targets lower their limits? So, yeah. The good news is, a few people did go and reply. Stubbs Pokemon said the one near me dropped it to 3 per person, but the bigger target further away has it set to 5. Also, I believe I didn't try to go above 5. And that makes sense. 5 is pretty standard, honestly. And again, when you're thinking about individual booster packs, 5 seems about right. But then again, for boxes, there's a strong argument that 5 is too many. Like 5 Elite Trainer boxes on the release of a new set, that is going to lead to some people being disappointed. As a side note here, why don't they just do different limits for individual booster packs? Have a limit of 2 for everything that isn't an individual booster pack, and a limit of 6 for individual booster packs. I can't be the only one that thinks that makes perfect sense, just kind of putting it out there. But then again, we can see people like Rai who have posted, dang, maybe there will actually be boxes at my Target now. Haven't seen any all year. And this is very much my point. This is why we see these things coming around, because actually, yeah, for a lot of people, they don't see any. They go into their local Target, there are no Elite Trainer boxes. There are no free pack blisters. There are no Crown Zenith boxes. A lot of people go into their local stores and there's just nothing there. The entire store has been picked completely clean. And that's kind of the point we're getting at here. This is why stores like Target do this. It's not to be mean or anything silly along those lines. It is because they want to make sure that everybody's got access to the products. And we all know, now it's not as bad as it used to be, let's be perfectly clear, it used to be horrendous. But we all know there are people out there that when particular products are in short demand, they will rock along, they will buy as many as they can possibly get, and then they will try and sell it on for an increased price. It sucks. It's not fun. Nobody enjoys this, but there are a bunch of people out there that do it anyway. I mean, there's got to be easier and nicer ways to make money, quite frankly. But this is, of course, not the only place we're seeing this. Sure, Target are doing this, but the other day I showed you that story about adults not being allowed to buy Pokemon cards. Now, as I told you in that video, the story was being wildly exaggerated for people looking for clickbait. Essentially, the way it actually worked was there are stores over in Japan that are basically making a conscious effort to put some cards aside for kids. So it's not that adults aren't allowed to buy Pokemon cards in here, go away adults. It is, we are selling packs for customers under junior high school students on the first floor, up to a total of 10 packs per person per day. Staff may ask you to confirm your age. And it's not that they're not selling to adults, it's that they have a section purely set aside to sell to kids. Because, of course, over in Japan, trying to buy booster boxes and packs and all at the moment is actually like a real genuine difficult thing. Because they are just selling out absolutely just instantly. Like, I'm going to be going, obviously, to the World Championships in Japan in August. Come on, do any of you realistically think I'm going to turn down a chance to go to Japan to go to the World Championships? The answer is no, I'm not turning that chance down. I will absolutely be there. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of my friends who know Japan, and I'm going to go around and tour some card shops. Because if I'm going to Japan, you all know I'm a massive TCG nerd, all right? I'm going to be touring around as much as I can, trying to find some card shops. Maybe there's other things to do in Japan. I don't know. Show me the card shops. I don't expect to find many booster boxes, if any booster boxes of recent sets. I expect to find a bunch of cool stuff, bunch of singles I'm after, and some boxes of other games I play. I don't expect to find many boxes, if any box of Pokémon TCG. So what we've got here from over in Japan was just a sensible idea to try and make sure kids get some. Here, we've got a different thing, which is basically just harsh purchase limits for everybody. And I am completely and utterly 100% in favour of this. I think this is absolutely wonderful. I know it's going to frustrate some people. That is understandable. And I know there are going to be a bunch of people out there who are going into their local Target and they're not finding what they want. And that's rubbish. But when the alternative is potentially going in day after day and there not being anything there at all, I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. That cannot be a good thing. This is much, much better. Now, some of you are going to be watching this and going, well, hang on a second, Wassy. You've been telling us for the past year or two that things are a lot better, and they are, incidentally. Why are Target dropping limits? Well, I showed you back at the beginning of the video that only some Targets are dropping limits, and the deal seems to be, Essentially, targets that are having trouble keeping stock on the shelves are lowering limits, and others don't seem to be so aggressively. There we go. There's your answer. Hope it was a good one. For now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this. I want to know anything you want to tell me, so go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. Oh, and let me know what your local stores are doing. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at Lawasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. Oh, and of course, you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely James Siapinski, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross and you've been watching PTCG Radio.